Please raise your hand if you've ever tried to learn a foreign language. Well, everyone, exactly. And we all know it's a pain in the ass. It's time-consuming, it's complicated, it's very expensive. A lot of people try it, a lot of people drop out. Then again, it's a very big market. People spend around $60 billion every year in order to learn foreign languages. And only 4% of that spend is on digital methods. If you think about it, it's a little bit like the travel industry in the 80s. We might remember when we went with our parents, or maybe yourself, to the good old travel agent to book a flight, or the holiday, you were sitting there with the catalog, and it took just forever to get anything done. And nowadays, of course, you do it all on your mobile phone. And transaction time and transaction cost has been dramatically reduced. We believe the same is going to happen in the language learning industry. There will be 6 billion smartphones and 2 billion language learners by the year 2020. So what is Busuu? Busuu is a social network for language learning. So we have our own courses in 12 different languages. We develop the content completely in-house, from beginner to advanced intermediate. It also means we have 165 language combinations. So from an English perspective, you can learn 11 other languages. The same is true from a Russian interface and the Japanese interface, and so on. And then you can practice your language skills with the native speakers of our community. So if you want to learn Spanish, you record a little text or write a little text in Spanish. We send it off to our Spanish-speaking community who are learning other stuff on our platform. And after a minute or two, you get a correction from a native speaker. So every user is not only a student, but also a tutor of his or her own mother tongue. We teach vocabulary, the most important stuff you need to know. Grammar, we're a big believer that you just don't magically learn grammar, but rather you have to understand the rules. And there's the ability to practice with native speakers, and that should lead to faster fluency. Let's have a quick look at the video, please. With sound. Can you turn on the sound a bit? Okay, normally there's sound in the app.
La ola.
So you see, it's a very highly interactive and fun way to learn a language. We're probably one of the most complete solutions for language learning. It's 12 languages. It's over 200 lessons per language. We have grammar units. You can get an official certificate from McGraw-Hill Education, our investor and partner. We have voice recognition. You have an intelligent vocab trainer with spaced repetition. You can do it offline. There's intelligent push notification, which sends you the stuff you've actually learned the few days before. And then there's a social network component where you can connect with millions of people around the world. We have been named Best Education Startup in Europe. We were one of the top Google Play apps in 2015. We have just announced actually here at ASU also our partnership with Microsoft, where we developed a conversational quiz bot that is now part of Microsoft Teams. And we're currently working on another partnership that is going to be announced in September. It's a freemium business model, so the basic version is completely for free. And then there's a paid version, which is roughly £9 a month. You get access to all the additional features. Obviously, a crowded space, but as said at the beginning, most of the learning happens offline in the brick and mortar schools. Then there is a bit of self-study learning with the traditional CD-ROMs and so on, the books, of course, but we really focus on this mobile learning segment. And we have done a study with the City University of New York that looked for 200 students and were with us for 3 months. They tracked the level at the beginning and at the end, and we've proven that within 22 hours of learning with Busuu, you learn the same than in an entire college semester in the US. So we've actually scored quite significantly better than some of our competitors. We grow at roughly 25,000 new users per day. So in 2 days, we're filling up an entire Olympic stadium with our user growth. We've grown to over 65 million users around the world. Literally the entire world is on there, but we're growing a lot in emerging market. And actually recently, the US has overtaken the emerging markets such as China, Brazil, Russia, Turkey, because we have also a lot of Hispanics learning English with us on the platform. In China, we have achieved more than 4 million users, and it's growing very fast. I don't know whether you know, but there are 400 million Chinese learning English in China, so there are more Chinese learning English than there are English native speakers in the world. It's a very big market. We have a quite experienced team that comes from different backgrounds. I have learned 4 languages myself. We have McGraw-Hill Education, a strategic investor, and also Andrew Wade, who used to be the president of Lynda.com, is on our board. We only raised 15 million euros, which we're actually very proud of, that we've been quite capital efficient in our journey. So recently, we have made massive progress on our monetization. So we've more than doubled our mobile revenues, and we're planning to be cash flow positive by the end of the year. We are now also working with academic institutions and corporates. So we signed a deal with Uber to train up to 30,000 drivers in the UK in their English skills. We signed up Inditex, it's a large fashion retailer, the brands of Zara and Massimo Dutti, where we're training 150,000 employees. So we're planning to more and more also work with corporations. So going forward, actually today we are filming our new TV spots in London, so that hopefully will be aired soon. Obviously, we're a big believer of personalized learning. So soon you will be able to have a very personalized language learning course on Busuu. And last but not least, we're looking forward to working more with academic institutions, universities, and also corporates. So our vision is to empower everyone in the world to learn another language. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you afterwards. Thank you very much.